Why does Gary think that courts are biased against honest entrepreneurs? A workplace safety inspection found hairdryers next to the employees' desks. Steve and Luke did not defend their boss. Maybe once Gary was convicted, the profit would finally go to them. Gary insisted that the hairdryers belonged to Luke and that he knew nothing about them. His lawyers concluded that any rational judge would acquit him. One rational judge is manageable. 3 rational judges turn it into game theory. Each of the 3 judges sees Gary's defense as either convincing or unconvincing. But these 2 interpretations are not equally informative. A convincing defense gives a weak signal. Gary is probably innocent. An unconvincing defense gives a strong signal. Gary is almost certainly guilty. Gary can afford expensive lawyers, a sharp suit, and a presentation full of animated arrows. So if his defense still looks terrible after all that, Gary probably knew about the hairdryers. So as a judge, he have a simple strategy, right? Not quite. Your vote not only matters when the other 2 judges disagree. If both of them want to convict Gary, he will be convicted regardless of your vote. If both of them want to acquit him, you cannot change anything either. Now suppose the other 2 judges simply vote according to their own interpretation of the defense. Because your vote matters only when they disagree, you know that one judge saw a convincing defense and the other saw an unconvincing one. So if you also see a convincing defense, the committee has received 2 weak signals of innocence and 1 stronger signal of guilt. That 1 strong signal may outweigh the other 2. So even though you personally found Gary's defense convincing, you must still vote that Gary left the hairdryer next to the desk. That means vote according to your own interpretation does not work. The judges need a mixed strategy. A judge who believes Gary is innocent will sometimes convict him and sometimes acquit him. Then a vote to convict no longer reveals the judge's signal perfectly. Both a judge who found the defense convincing and a judge who found it unconvincing may cast the vote. But how do Gary and the judges know all of this? From the calculations, obviously. Because economics start with the question, does the judge believe Gary? And ends with equation that make you want to slam your laptop shut. A judge can find Gary's defense convincing and still vote to convict him. Gary concluded that the courts were biased against honest entrepreneurs. Although, as an economist, he knew the real culprits were strategic voting and Luke's hairdryers.